Hi everyone. So welcome to another episode of PKM Weekly on this beautiful Sunday morning. So let's see what's in store for us, especially as I missed last week, so apologies for that. And this week there is an interesting post on Reddit from a user which basically says, I've been searching for the perfect app for too long and I'm exhausted, which I think is going to be close to quite a few of our hearts. And basically they've been passionate about note-taking. They've tried various different apps, Obsidian, Bear, Apple Notes, UpNote, Google Keep, Logseq, and a few others. And basically they say that there's just no app for them that can really just make it work. That integrates seamlessly between Windows and Apple. That's just easy to take notes, easy to export, etc. So if you're interested in this, there's a good 88 comments or so on Reddit. So you can check this out and see if there's anything that resonates with you. So I thought that was quite interesting just to start off with a PKM weekly news about being exhausted on PKM apps. So there we go. So let's get to it with the apps itself. Capacities, they've got various different updates. So we'll get to this section in a second, but basically some improvements. Embedded views is easier to use, rounded adaptive app icons, so ordering of the slash and plus just makes it a little bit easier. Command or Control A just to select all blocks, and better PDF rendering, and various different bug fixes that they've implemented in the app of late. But interestingly, what someone did from the dev team is that they accidentally included the calendar integration into the app. So it's no secret that Capacities has been working on a calendar integration, and they've been working on it for a while. And unfortunately, someone included a little bit of a preview within the app, and quite a few comments were, it works well, it's easy to set up, but it does include some bugs, and that's why it wasn't ready for mass testing, so it got removed again. But at least it's something that the users can see that it is being worked on, and it should be released, as they say, in the beta version soon. So behind the scene testings, it does seem to be going well. They're improving it all the while, so just hold on tight for that and it will be ready soon. And then offline and sync, they've now improved that, so you can download the media, and you have two options. So you can download everything that you want, so all of your media, or just the required only, so the files that are required for your notes. So this means that some images and files will not be available when offline, but you can at least then tweak it and change it to your heart's content. So that I thought was quite interesting from Capacities, so lots of full steam ahead. And I don't know if you've been using Capacities of late, but there was one thing that was a little bit annoying. Let me just see if I can open it. And this is being fixed, or there's going to be an option to fix it soon. So let's say I have books, and let's go to, not wall, let's go to table view, which I clicked the wrong one. So what you can have in Capacities is, let me make it a little bit bigger, is the titles, blah, 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 various different columns of information, and then you've got the summary. And this is now wrapped. The problem is it's just unusable. There's just too much words, and it's a bit long. I like having this just so that when I click on the link itself, it will pop up so I can see a quick summary of what the book was. But it just gets annoying when you're in table view and there is no way to hide or mask this column. And from what I've understood in the Discord is that this is being worked on. So there will be a toggle or something, some setting that you can either enable column wrap or not. So be on the lookout for that, and if that's something that's been annoying you for a while, there is a fix that's being worked on. So we'll close that. Capacities with voice notes. So voice notes, popular app, becoming more and more popular. So if you're a user of voice notes and Capacities, there was a very good guide that was set up. Let me just pull it up. That was prepared by one of the users. Capacities, showcases, integrating voice notes, and basically it just goes through, in this guide we'll talk you through how to integrate voice notes with Capacities using webhooks. So you only need three things: a voice note, a Capacities account, and an relay.app access. So basically you can just do that, and then from here it just talks through how to get it set up. So very useful and very insightful way of integrating voice notes with Capacities. And then OP, they posted another comment of, I've been trying to move to, or I'm excited to move to Capacities, but there's a few things missing. No way to import everything I already have in bulk. So they've got various different things in Markdown, and they can convert it to CSV. Probably a lot of users will have this as well. And no, there is no real easy way at the moment to import into Capacities. They are working on it, and they are going to enable import at some point soon. And so just keep a lookout for that, because for the time being, it is a bit of a nightmare to import things in bulk. And the mobile app doesn't seem to have the option to filter. I want to use this for tasks as well as notes. That would be key. I don't know about this one, if the devs are going to plan on doing this or not. Sounds like quite a useful feature to have in the mobile app, but I don't know. I've not seen it being mentioned in the Discord or otherwise. So just something to be aware of if you're also looking to move to Capacities. Logseq, so DB version changelog. So the database version is still ongoing. Lots of work being done. And what Danzu's done very kindly is that they post usually weekly or so, just the latest changelogs that's been happening to Logseq, the DB version, so the 15th of December to the 5th of January, so 2 weeks apart or so, over the Christmas holiday, so not much was happening. And it basically just goes through and gives an idea, a snapshot of what's been changed, what's been improved, any enhancements that have been done. And there was quite a lot over the 2 weeks, fixes, and basically just lists out all of the things that have been happening over in GitHub and by the devs that are trying to get the DB version up and running as quickly as possible. So something just to keep a lookout if you're interested in the Logseq DB version. There was no, or there has not yet been a desktop app or a desktop cut being released yet, but hopefully that's in the works and should be with us soon. And on that, OP asks, is it now a good time to basically move to Logseq, or should we just wait for the DB version just to get up and running and then move over? So basically just ask this question with a bit more thoughts of why he's wondering this. There's no real right answer. You can use the DB version as it is. I'm sure that then there will be an easy way just to integrate it with the desktop version. So you can only use it for now on test.logseq.com. So you can actually play around with it. It works very well. They keep saying don't use it for your daily runner, day-to-day basis, but from what I've seen, it works very well out of the box. Just keep in mind that with things being updated and changed, it might not. It might break a few things or tweak a few things, so just keep an eye out for that. But you can absolutely use both, and there's not going to be much change between you're still going to be able to use the MD version with the DB version, so it's not a one or other app. There will be a choice. So I would say yes, you can get started with Logseq even if the DB version is going to be released soon. Well, I say soon, at some point. And Dan's as well, what they provided was a little bit of an insight into what you can and what you will be able to do with Logseq DB. So you can see on this page, they created a daily note with a link to a user. The user then pops up. You can then see, I think whether you hover over the link, various different tags or properties of what what you want to have for the user or for the contact, and then you can see it on the left-hand side. So basically it's very similar to the Markdown version, just with a lot more functionality in terms of the properties, which then these properties you can query them, turn them into a table, different views, etc. So something definitely worthwhile, and can't wait for that improvement. Tana, they've had various different updates, so still no sign of the mobile app being released for Android or any updates, and still no sign of the app being, or the iOS app being to a stage where you can actually edit your notes, but I'm sure that's being worked on. And in the meantime, they've done various different improvements. So progress bar, Tana paste, Tana headings, meta prompt generation. So you can ask basically GPT and use AI to get some images. And they fixed the bug for the images, and there's a few more items that they've been working on of late. So that's carrying on. There's the affiliate webinar. I think it's been pushed back about 3-4 times now, but it's planned for Tuesday 21st in a few days' time. And you can access the link here, and they do say no more changes promises. So we'll see if that goes ahead. So it's basically going to be how you can use the affiliate program within Tana to basically earn some money on the side and recommend it to people who you think might like it. And once they sign up, I'm guessing you will get a commission. Just as a reminder, and I'm not sure many people are aware of this, there is a discount for students and NGO available. So you can get a bit of a discount as listed here. So if you are a student and you are interested in Tana, do check it out. All you need is proof of eligibility, so student ID or an email verified from an EDU address. And if you get in contact with help@tana.inc, they'll be able to set you up. So if you didn't know that, please do take advantage of it by contacting the team. And a voice notes one, another one, but this time with Tana. So what Ev did, she posted a video on how to get basically set up with voice notes and Tana. So if you want to use your voice rather than writing, you can absolutely do that in Tana, and she just goes through it with a video. And really, just set it up with the Tana, use AI commands, and create custom commands to transform any voice into exactly what you need. So it's useful for if you're writing posts, planning content, or just want to get something out of your head. Do check this out if you are a Tana user and want to be more vocal. Definitely worthwhile, and thank you, Ev, for posting that. Obsidian, what they've done is they've done the Gems of the Year, so for the 5th year running, and they have made it available, I guess unfortunately, not unfortunately, only within the Discord. So if you want to access it, you need to go to the Discord, go to the announcement section of the Obsidian Discord, and you can see here, go up to the top. You've got various different categories: best content template tool, existing plugin, LLM integration, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got for example, the category of best content. They've trimmed it down to however many this is, and then you just click on the letter which associates with the tool, with the content that you want to create, or want to vote. So in this case, it seems that M is winning. So Josh Plunkett, TTRPG tutorials. It's going to be difficult to catch up, given that there's only a few days left, if I remember right, or 1 day left. So if you're interested, please do check out the Discord, get your vote in, and support the developers and the plugin creators that have been working hard to make Obsidian what it is today. So this one was posted by OP, so 3 years of using Obsidian. So basically quite a lot of notes, very impressive graph, and I was thinking, great, let me check it out and let me see what type of structure they've got within Obsidian, because you can obviously have the folder structure, the open structure. You can basically structure it as you like, and I thought that was going to be interesting to have a quick look at and to see how they've done it. And a few other people had the same idea. How do you structure your folders? Very curious, me too. And then it goes a bit off-piste with only folders, Foldy fans, which I thought, I mean, Reddit it's got a mind of its own sometimes, but I thought it was quite funny. But unfortunately, the OP doesn't come back and comment on how they've structured their Obsidian. So OP, if you are reading this and listening to this, please do come back and comment, because quite a few users are interested in seeing how you structure your notes. So other than that, what we've got is how to become an expert with Obsidian. So a great video of basically how to get it set up according to OP's point of view of how you can get the best out of Obsidian. So do check that out if you want to see how you can maybe get something out of the video on improving your Obsidian. Then we've got the typical other apps. So AppFlowy, they've released version 0.8.1. Lots of updates, but most the main one is AI. Basically now you can generate AI with prompts, and you can also chat with AI within the app itself. So they mention it gives a bit of like a perplexity layout. So let me just load this image up. So this was generated within AI, within AppFlowy. So Tranquil basically just gives a bit of a prompt and it generates the image. So it just does seem the way that most apps are going to integrate AI in some way, shape or form within the note-taking tool. So I think this does it quite well. And a couple of other enhancements. You can drag and reorder and some mobile table enhancements. So if you haven't checked it out already, do check out AppFlowy because I think it's going to become a major competitor to Notion, if it isn't already. And they are doing updates very frequently and quality updates as well. And they listen to the users. So if you've got anything pressing that you want to see, do mention it to them and I'm sure they'll look into it. Orca Note, or Orca Note version 28 has been released. So basically quite a lot of bug fixes that were done by Siyuan. Quite a few things just to make the app more stable and easier to use. So do check that out or do update your app if you haven't already done so. RemNote, this is quite an interesting one because RemNote seems to be a bit hit and miss. So great for students, but not so much in the non-student community. But at the same time, if you do have users that use it, there's quite a lot of complaints. So I don't know if rather than introducing new features and shiny new things, this just focus on getting the app just top dollar and making sure it works day in, day out. Because when I visit their Discord, there is quite a few comments of this doesn't load, that doesn't load, problems here, problems there. So I don't know if it's just something perpetual or something within the app, or that the devs just focus on a little bit too much on new features rather than the old features and making sure they're fine. And what the OP was basically saying is RemNote Pro or RemNote Premium worth it? $20 a month. I'd expect it to use somehow fluently. I guess he means somehow without problems. And without having problems in terms of sync, horrible sync, can't really customize the notes without a lot of work. So there's a lot of friction when using the app. And then on top of that, the AI price just doesn't work 75% of the time according to them. Missing notes, missing cards, missing things. So if it's something that's on your mind as well, do check this out because there's a few others that say yes, it's worth it. And absolutely, they've had no problems, but quite a few users do have problems. So hopefully that can be fixed in the relatively short term because I think RemNote is a great app, great concept. It just needs a bit of polishing. Heptabase, they seem to be going down the collaboration or multi-user path, which is basically what a lot of other apps are doing. Same with Logseq, with real-time collaboration. So it just seems to be the next way going forward. And in fact, even Obsidian seems to be going down this way with multiplayer. Share your notes and edit them collaboratively. I've got no interest in this, to be honest. I just want a PKM for my personal knowledge management. I've got no interest in sharing them. I have to use OneNote at work. I don't really share my notes with my wife, don't share my notes with my family. Maybe I should and look into it, but it's just not something that I'm really interested in. So it'd be interesting to see how Heptabase does it and if there's a big user uptake. And basically they've worked on collaboration features in the past few months and they're entering the internal testing phase. And if you want to basically try it out and give some feedback and some thoughts on what it could do, just click the link and share your comments. But as I say, I think it just seems to be going too down the collaboration route, all of these apps, but we shall see what comes of that. Siyuan, another one which is great, very similar to Obsidian, but basically they've now asked the users which type of database view do they want us users to work on. So you've got gallery view, Kanban view, calendar view. It's basically a case of they don't have the bandwidth to work on all three at the same time, so they just want to focus on the one that most people want. Calendar view, if I remember right, is the one that's winning for the moment. So there's quite a few votes. So if you do use Siyuan and you are interested in having a database view, do share your vote, please, because that will drive the development. TwoZap, this is one that I haven't actually used, but I thought I'd update it because they've released Pals. Basically, the dev posted a video on what Pals is, and it seems to be quite cool.
Hi people,
Let's mute this. You can use it to basically, if you write something down, you can then It will smart suggest some different things. So if you say buy a MacBook, it might recommend go to Amazon, go to Apple Store. So there's a few things there that make it worthwhile in just using AI to integrate with your notes. So do check that out. JournalIt version 10 has been released. So this is an app that's not really frequently talked about. I'll give it a second to load. And it's basically centered around a daily note, so very similar to Logseq, Capacities, and the others. And basically you can just have write notes, have your task, projects, things on the side, and various different views that you can have, libraries, organizers, so you can sort out your notes however you want them. I haven't used it. I only saw this being released because version 10, so they made quite a bit of fanfare. So I will be playing around with this app and we'll see what is good and what could be improved and how it compares to some of the other mainstream apps. So if you haven't, do check it out, and I'd be very interested in seeing your thoughts on it. Notion, the perpetual available offline seems to be carrying on, but what they posted, I think a couple of days ago, if not yesterday, was a little teaser with, when was it posted? A couple of days ago on the 17th. Tap, hold and load in 4K. So obviously that's reading available offline. So we shall see if it actually and when it comes available. That's going to be definitely a game changer, I think, for a lot of users. Bring it more in line with Capacities, which can already do 90% or if not 95% of things offline. So if Notion brings that in, it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. Are you just going to download everything offline? Is it going to be like a cache where you only download, I don't know, last 50 documents? Do you select which type of documents and things you want to have available offline? Is it an all for nothing? So going to be very interesting to see how that works. And also I know a lot of users upload PDFs. So how's that going to work? Is it going to download the PDF as well or not? So definitely something to look out for, and very exciting news. And last but not least, Sen-Labs. So this is another interesting one which I came across, and it's being billed as your knowledge management organized, the all-in-one file system for seamless data management. Link your files, reference data, and manage your files just like you would through your file browser. And where did it go here? So it's still a bit basic design, so they're still going through it, but basically what it seems to allow you to do is use your desktop as a bit of a PKM, which is a different take on things. So rather than an app itself loading where you put your notes in and whatnot, it's basically having an all-in-one OS system for your notes, for your books, for whatever it is that you might need, for queries, files, etc. So definitely looking forward to seeing more of this one. And I have contacted the developer just to see if I can get a bit of a demo. So do check out in future if that's going to come about. So thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.